together 5 people of color using our backgrounds as a means of interpreting music of any kind of genre, from Mozart to contemporary music. We felt that it would be a great experiment.
When it comes to repertoire, if you're going to sustain yourself like we have, indeed, absolutely, you have to have something else more than just the standard stuff that's out there, because you will finish a concert and you'll finish the repertoire in 2 and 3 concerts. And then what do you do next? So therein comes people writing in the group for us, and then finding pieces that are out there, because sometimes there are wonderful pieces, you just have to unearth them. They're just not there for the taking and not really known amongst the greater population.
We don't have Saint-Saëns, Prokofiev, Shostakovich, Beethoven. They didn't write for wind quintet. So when you send a program out to a presenter, they're looking at a list of usually names they've never even heard of. And it's a bad thing, because they're usually worried about, wow, is my audience going to even relate to this? The good thing is we get to introduce people to new repertoire, and because, like Monica said, we're very we take our time in picking repertoire. I mean, if we feel strongly about something, it's turned out over the years that usually the audience appreciates the music that we bring to them, and therefore the presenters like us and bring us back.
That's a good
so
point.
it's a good thing in that we're kind of part of the, along with the new quintets that are out, sort of ambassadors in shuffling in new names in composition.
Most grant groups are only interested in, commissioning or giving money to people who commission that composer once. You only get one shot at it. Composers have to make a living just like anybody else, and you can't just necessarily call up a composer and say, hey, will you be our resident composer? We're not going to pay you a dime for anything, but you get to write all this music for us. I mean, either the composer is really wanting to write for wind quintet, or we have to just figure out a way of getting money to commission that person over a long period of time and invest to develop, so that person can develop their own inner ear when it comes to woodwinds in a wind quintet setting. But like I said before, unfortunately, funding is a big issue in that. I mean, hey, we got, we don't have Brahms, and we don't have Beethoven, we don't have Tchaikovsky, but we have Paquito de Rivera, we have Wayne Shorter, we have Jason Moran, who just wrote his first wind quintet for us, and it's incredible. Imagine what he would do with the second and third wind quintet. So it's, it's part of a bigger discussion about where we want to go, in particular, over time. And if we want to keep coming back to that same composer and investing to make sure that they grow and give us products that we can get out to other wind quintets and spread the name of wind quintet to be more like string quartet.
The genre is kind of like having a box within a circle, and you're welcome to step outside of this box and interpret in a way that might be different, but there's still boundaries. You can't just play any old note any old time. So we are always trying to put one foot out of that little box and do this new thing, but we're trying to do it in a way that is authentic.
As you go along, our little box inside the circle has become, the lines of it have become more defined, so that we're not kind of just like crossing over arbitrarily and willy-nilly. You know, we really understand the need to be authentic. Otherwise, anybody could do that. You know, you can, you know, it's like Tex-Mex food, or that's not Mexican food, or Southwest food is not Mexican. You know, there's all these delineations. So especially with Simone Shaheen, we're learning, you know, quarter tones and the com style and things that we can say. It's like if you go and, you know, play tennis, take some lessons first. Don't just go there and start, you know, waving your arm.
We cross over a lot, quote unquote, but we have really learned to explore everything, and it's more, Imani Winds is more of an inclusive group rather than an exclusive group. So we would never say, if you want to call us crossover, hey, go ahead. Right? Call us whatever you want. Just come to our concert and have a good time.